Estonia. I'm 23 years old and a student at New York University in Abu Dhabi. I am majoring in economics and I'm a rising senior, so I have just one more year to go of undergraduate. So let's start from the beginning. I was born and raised here, and I went to just a regular school in a small town called Paldiski. The population is only around 4,000 people, and now I think it's even less than that. The population is decreasing. So I went to school there, and then when I had to enter high school, I decided that I will go study in the capital, and then I applied to several high schools there, got accepted to a few of them, and so for a year I was commuting back and forth, going to high school in Tallinn, and after that I left the country, and I can talk more about it later, but now I'm currently located in Estonia again. I am here for my summer break, and during my summer break I work for a company, a local company, and we're doing basically what we do is consulting, and we help clients with their questions about company incorporation and obtaining licenses and stuff like that. That's a good question, actually. Yeah, well, for the context, Estonia is only 1.3 million people in population, in size. In size, you can actually drive from one side to another side of the country in less than 4 hours. From north to south or east to west, it doesn't matter. It will take you under 4 hours to get across the whole country. Not including the islands, because I'm talking about the mainland. So I would say it's not a very common thing. Usually people go to schools in their towns where they live, in their cities, but there are still people who decide to go back and forth to pursue better opportunities, to go to a better high school or just a regular school. So I would say even people living within one city, sometimes their way to school takes around an hour, maybe under an hour. They take several buses to get to school. So I was not like an exception. I was going to my high school with my friend who we studied together. So the public transportation is really good in Estonia. So it's I wouldn't say it's the very common, but it happens, and I think it happens more and more these days. I didn't transfer. So in Estonia, you have 9 years of education. That's the middle school, basically. If we're talking about it in English, it ends in year 9, and then you go to high school. It starts with year 10. So I finished my middle school, and then I had to decide where to go to high school. So basically, I just entered high school in Tallinn. So yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into the research that talks about Estonia providing the best education in Europe, but definitely my small school in my small town Paldiski was a really good one. We had several students graduating, ending their receiving all the fives, the best grades on the transcript for each subject and for all the exams, and quite a few of my classmates and also upper classmates who graduated before me, they ended up in prestigious universities. Some of them went to study abroad. So I would say the education was very good, because our teachers were quite strict, and they are those older teachers who used to teach students also during the Soviet times, and I think they had that kind of experience from back then. Talking about my high school in Tallinn, it was also a great school. I purposefully chose that one because, according to some of the people I knew, that high school is viewed as a better one among others, and there was no significant difference. However, I must say my English level was good enough for that high school. However, in that school in Tallinn, they start learning English more intensively and at an earlier classes than me in my school. But let's say some other subjects, I knew that I had to catch up on a couple of things. It's more of a stricter curriculum. There is so basically you do not really get to select your subjects until high school. And then there are different high schools. Some of them are larger in size and more innovative. And then in those high schools, I know you have a larger range of subjects, electives that you can choose from. But in my high school, for example, the only elective class was German language. So you could take German or you could opt out and take, I think it was some IT related subject, and that's it. So it really depends on a school, but overall, generally speaking, we don't get to select our concentrations, not as much. Probably because I haven't lived here for like 6 years, things might be changing, so don't really quote me on that. But in my experience, no, everybody studies exactly the same classes, goes to the same classes, and there might be some differentiation between math levels, that's for sure. But other than that, not really. Yeah, so a big part of my life I spent abroad, and how it all started is after my year 10, first year of high school in Tallinn. I got the scholarship to go to the United States of America as an exchange student. I received a scholarship from the Flex program. And after a year there, I knew I had to come back to Estonia to complete my year 11 and year 12 of high school. That was my situation. And what I thought is that I wanted to continue studying in English language. And I knew that that would be the most beneficial for me. That would create many more opportunities. I would be able to apply to schools abroad, to universities abroad. I would get a better chance of getting in. That was my intuition behind it. And so I did a little research, and then I discovered information about this program called International Baccalaureate Diploma Program. In short, it's called IB in general. So for those who are not familiar, this is a 2-year high school program that is, you can find schools who offer this IB program in all countries around the world. And I realized that in Estonia, there are 2 public schools who offer that IB program. And I applied to both schools and got accepted to one. And it was located in Tartu, another major city in Estonia. And I was about to move there. I went that summer before year 11. I went there to check the apartments where I would be living, kind of started doing research about the jobs that I would have to take on to pay for my rent, food, transportation. And then that summer, I by accident got into a project about sustainability, and there were some people from Latvia and Lithuania and Estonia, and one of the girls told me about a school in Denmark where she was going in a year, and that offers this IB program thing. And I was like, wait, tell me more about it. I'm gonna do IB in Tartu. Can you tell me more about your school? And she was really so enthusiastic about her plans and the school she was going to attend. And I was like, wait a second, what if instead of Tartu, I go to that school in Denmark? Because I would have to move anyways. I would have to pay for my rent anyways in Tartu or in Denmark. And so I got really excited. I got in touch with the administration. It was summer break, so it was a little challenging to get in touch because they were all on the summer vacation. So I literally called one of the heads, and we talked for 30 minutes, and he explained to me what the steps are of application and etc. And so I got accepted, at the end of no, at the beginning of August, and 5 days from then I was already on the plane flying to Denmark to start my academic year there. It was really spontaneous, it was really random, things were changing super quickly. So I think from the moment when I discovered existence of that school and me actually attending classes, maybe it's been like 7-9 days at max. So my transition was really, it was quite smooth because I had that experience of moving to the US and living in a foreign country, foreign environment. So I adjusted quite well. The only thing that was bothering me is how I ended up there, because my human brain could not really process that things could change so quickly. And so my plans of attending a school in Tallinn changed in a matter of a week. And now I'm in a complete new country. Yeah. That's true. My first cultural shock, or maybe a significant transition that I have to go through, was when I went to the US and I was a student there in a high school. That's where the educational systems completely differed, and that was the first time when I actually really was submersed into those differences. And so it was interesting. It was super, I was curious to discover new subjects because there were so many chances for me to take general electives. I took choir, forensic science, drama classes. I took graphic design and track and everything. And so that's when I felt the power of liberal arts education, if you can say that. And then coming to Denmark, it was a little more constraining because in IB you have 6 groups that you have to choose subjects from, and you still had space for choosing, but then you had to have 1 science class and 2 language classes, and then something else. I was 17, and I know there are students who go do flex program even at a younger age. And I think, so during the selection process, the commission probably saw something in me and other people who got selected to go to the US, because there have to be some qualities or like traits of character that will help you adjust and that will help you stay in the US and then overcome challenges. I guess it can depend on the age, but probably due to maybe life circumstances or like maybe some inherent traits. I don't know how it all works. Some people just receive those skills, I guess, at a little younger age. Some people come to this a bit later in life due to different experiences. So for me, I promised my program, if you want to call it that way, that I will overcome all the challenges and I will find a way how to solve problems. I think that helped a little bit because they selected us from over 300 applicants, and we were around like 12 or 14 students who went during that year from Estonia to the US. And so I knew that some people believed in me, that I'm the suitable candidate to be granted or to be given this unique opportunity. And so that kind of mindset or thought really helped me to deal with some problems. Moreover, I think in general, because I already had that experience of coming into a completely new school, as I was talking about earlier, when I entered new high school, I think that experience also helped to just know how to approach people, maybe how to, what to look for, where to go, how to act, and what to expect, maybe. Though you don't need to, you shouldn't be setting expectations because it's not always a good idea to do that. But in general, I think I had similar experience, though this one, coming to new country, was on a different level, I would say. And then in Denmark, it was similar. It was new environment, new school. new new kind like new rules and everything, but then because you already got those skills, you went through similar situations, now you're better equipped and you're not as scared as it could have been the first time ever. I never traveled with my family, not a single time in my life, actually. And so I traveled with my class, with my classmates during those class trips for like maybe 4 days every year. And I also traveled with my friend's family a couple of times. So I wouldn't say I was really used to, especially moving such like across such large distances and doing it completely on my own. So I don't know, I think what helped is excitement and really the desire to explore and actually like seek new opportunities. I don't know, that sounds really cliche, but I guess I have an older brother, for example, and he is the complete opposite of me. He is not willing to discover new places and to learn about new cultures. He's interested in other things, and that's completely fine. For me, this is just something I always, because I think because of the lack of traveling during my childhood, that's why I really wanted to embark on new journeys. And I think I even had a note somewhere written when I was maybe 8 years old, when I said I really want to travel when I grow up. And that's always was in my mind. And so I think this also impacted the way my life is right now. Yeah, I knew that this would likely to be the case because we knew something about American high schools even before going to the US. And this was kind of the expectation, to be able to select from a long list of fun classes. And so I was just very surprised because I never thought that forensic science, I didn't even know what it meant in my native language, forensic science, like what was that? And so I was super excited, and I gave myself freedom to explore. And I know some students wanted to benefit from like actually advancing in their high school progress. For me, I was there just to explore, I would say, and learn about things I was curious about. In Denmark, I'll be talking just about IB, because in my high school there were 6 programs dedicated for Danish students, and I'm not sure about differences between them, but in IB it was the program number 7 in my high school. So we did not get to choose from the plethora of subjects. We just, I personally had to take English literature, and foreign language. I could select from French, Spanish, and Danish. I took Spanish, and then I had to take a math class. Could select just the level of difficulty, and had to take a social science class, and I took economics, and eventually I took business management as well. And I had to select one subject from natural sciences, so I took biology. And yeah, there were some choices to be made, but for example, in sciences it was only physics, chemistry, and biology offered, so it was not like a crazy amount to choose from as comparison to the United States. It was definitely a surprise for me as well that I would be studying in Abu Dhabi for 4 years. So when I entered the final year of high school, I made a list of 5 criteria for selecting a university. So first was that I would love the university to offer opportunities for traveling, either due to its location or due to different programs. Second, it was important for me to be able to receive financial aid, and the more financial aid I could get, the better. Third, it was that I wanted to study abroad. I wasn't very looking forward to going back to Estonia, just because I was already living abroad, and I wanted to explore a new place. And I wanted to go to university with good reputation, so to say, or like where I knew that the quality of education received would be good. And I forgot the fifth one, but probably something along the lines that I wanted to, yeah, be in a new place, probably that. Yes. And so I didn't even start doing my research. I just bumped into the comments under one of the posts on social media created by Flex alumni. And that student, or like that Flex alumni, was asking about what universities do you guys apply after Flex? And I'm like, oh, let's see where people go to after finishing Flex program. And one of these comments was talking about how there is this New York University in Abu Dhabi, and there are quite a few people who finished Flex program. They now are studying there, and they offer full financial aid. I'm like, sounds curious. And so I did the research and realized that that sounds like a perfect place that ticks all of my points. I applied early decision 1, so it was, the deadline was November the 1st. The whole application process, I think it took me around a month of hard, intensive work. And in December, I already got the notification that I am, not notification, but like the decision from the university that I got accepted as a student, class of 2025. So basically, that's it. I didn't apply anywhere else, just to NYU Abu Dhabi. In case I was rejected, I had a plan B. I would be applying for universities in Denmark because I quite enjoyed that country. They offered programs in English. They have good universities as well in Copenhagen. So I would probably stay there. Yes, because I just somehow knew that that's the place to be at. And I really enjoyed the fact that it's a new university. It's in the completely, I think what really drew me to it is that it's located in the Middle East. And this was something really intriguing, so to say. I was like, wait, I've never been there. And when else would I go and live in such a part of the world that I've never even been to before? And I saw all the promotional materials, all the videos, all the reviews of former students and current students, and I really liked their collecting students with the mindset, I think, similar to mine, and that's what really mattered to me as well. There is a global community of students who are looking forward to doing something good in life, as all of us do. But then in NYU Abu Dhabi, I think the concentration or like the selection process might be a little different from some other universities. The qualities they're looking for might be a little different. I'm not so sure, but that's how it felt to me. Yeah, I do economics, and I think I cannot compare it. I don't have anything to compare it to. I haven't studied in other universities. Yes, I did a semester abroad in New York, but my classes were not core requirements for economics major. They were related to economics, but they were just like economics electives. And one of them was about negotiations. Another was about strategic analysis. So they were fun classes. I wouldn't say that it was like an easy A class, even though you would think so, learning about negotiations. I got a B for that class, if you want to know. So I don't know, it wasn't a challenging class, just the grading was very weird. And in Abu Dhabi, I mainly took courses that are required for my major, a couple of electives. I took Arabic, for example, during my first year there. I'm super glad that I made that choice. I wasn't planning to take Arabic. A conversation with my friend. Just a girl I met, again, by random. She said something to me that really changed my mind. And, I took Intro to Computer Science as an elective. I took some political science classes as electives. So It is challenging, yes, but I also feel like any university, like most of students, they struggle with uni life and academics, and it's a part of our stage in of life. So perfect. I actually prepared the list. I tried to make it kind of like follow a logical structure. So um, I'll try to make myself clear because I put some thought into it. So 5 things I learned, and something I could maybe give out as a like general advice or like a tip. I because most of the audience, majority of people who are watching this are probably high school students, right? Who are excited to start applying to universities, to get on a new chapter of life. And that's what I thought about when creating the list. And so basically, to start with, I think my number one would be to have a goal set. And what I learned during my short life, I realized that the goal does not have to be something concrete. Let's say it doesn't always have to be that, oh, I want to get a job in the capital of my country and make, I don't know, a 6-figure salary. No, your goal might be something, let's say the process can be the goal. For me, I think I don't even have an end goal yet. I don't know where my actions and my current life will lead me to. I think my goal as a person, or like my feeling that towards what I'm striving, is something in the process. How I'm living my, like, let's say teenage and younger years of my life, and that was about traveling. So if I really reflect back, I think it was really connected to traveling and exploring new places. And it's not always set for you, and sometimes you have to really be careful and listen to yourself, and also be flexible, because sometimes you're thinking this is what you want to achieve. It might not be the true or the actual goal that you set for yourself. Be flexible to maybe alter it, and listen to yourself, to your intuition as well. I think it's important to see what feels right for you. So number two, in order to achieve that goal, right, you have to have a certain mindset. And just talking from personal experience, what helped me is to be like a sponge, to really absorb all the information coming at you, to listen closely to what other people talk about around you. I'm not talking about like gossiping and like overhearing personal conversations. No, it's about hearing about opportunities, looking around yourself. Because I've learned about Flex from my sister a year before I could apply. And then I forgot about it completely. But then when I went to that high school in Tallinn, I just saw a poster on the wall calling for students to apply. And that's when I remembered, oh, actually, I wanted to apply. And if I didn't see that poster, I don't know what would happen. Look around, read through the posters. I don't know, go to wherever friends invite you to. It will help. Somehow it might lead you to great places, and you never know what would be the outcome. And then also number three, I was thinking about surrounding and people you have in your life. So how do I describe it? It's not, okay, part of it is about motivation and staying motivated, because there will be days when you would feel very low, and you would be doubting yourself, and you will be going through challenging times. But then seeing that there are people from your surrounding or close to your surrounding who have achieved something that you want to achieve, and seeing that they have gone through similar paths as you, can actually be very uplifting and motivating. And this might not, it can be even maybe you can find motivation among your family members, let's say. You can be motivated by your parents. You can be motivated by your friends or people you're not even friends with. For example, for me, motivation from early age was a girl 2 years above me in school, and she was just so proactive. She was doing all those different things, and I was looking at her and I'm like, I want to be like that. And then now we are in different places. She like kind of at some point we took a tangent. I didn't completely like follow her till these days, but at the beginning it was really helpful. And then also building a community around you to keep doing what you do is important, because as I said, sometimes those people can drag you with them in times when you don't feel like there is, let's say, there is a point in what you're doing. Example from my life, I was really glad to surround myself with people who are also who are also very into sustainability, let's say. And sometimes you can lose hope because the world is really ugly these days, and then talking to them and seeing how they do not lose hope can help you a lot. Okay, sorry, I'm taking a lot of time. Number 4 is about sustaining resourcefulness, is just being kind to yourself. It's pretty much knowing that there are things out of our control, and we just need to do our best. If you do your best, there shouldn't be any regrets left. Just do your 100% and know that you tried. And also be kind to other people. You don't know what people are going through. That's also important to keep in mind as you are progressing in life. Be kind to others and to yourself. But also remember to collect yourself after some time, after some setbacks, to come back and keep pushing. And number 5, my favorite, have fun on the way. I think it's the most important thing, to be able to appreciate what you're doing, to enjoy the moment. I know it sounds like a cliche, but people tend to forget about that. I feel like I've noticed. So remember that this life is very unique, and to enjoy your young age, your days of exploration, and do it with a smile. Yeah, I think that's the 5 things I've learned. Thank you so much for watching this video. Good luck with everything. Bye.